Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. Welcome, everyone. Welcome on LinkedIn. Welcome on Facebook. Welcome on Instagram and YouTube. Happy Thursday, everyone. Say hi, Rasha, if you are watching me live, and hashtag replay if you're catching me on replay. How is everybody doing today? As usually, we will go on Facebook, we go on these platforms on Thursdays in order to answer one or two of your questions. And last week, I thought I got many questions, and the inner core of them is about self-esteem and self-confidence. And I'm gonna share with you today how was self-esteem, how we were born with self-esteem, how did it go along the way, is there a way to grow it up, and what you need to do. And there we go, because actually self-esteem comes to the bottom line of achieving anything. If you don't have a high self-esteem, you are not likely to succeed in whatever you are pursuing. I really mean it. It's the bottom line. People with low self-esteem do not believe they can achieve anything. And if they do, they sabotage it by saying, I'm not sure this is for me. I'm not sure this is happening for me. So let's dig deep right now. So what happens is that people actually are born with two basic needs. And if you people who ask me when did we lose the self-esteem, we're gonna go into that. Yes, we're gonna into that today. So we want to one of two things: finding connection, and we run from rejection. So we avoid rejection, and we're looking for connection. And this is actually a tribal habit, meaning we in the back in the days, as tribes, we all lived together. You cannot survive in such harsh circumstances with animals, dinosaurs, beasts chasing you. You cannot survive on your own. So people used to live in tribes. And when they wanted to punish someone, they would reject him of the tribe or get him out. Exactly what happens in when you in prisons, when they put someone in solitary confinement. This is the worst type of punishment you can give anyone. It creates lots of anxiety, it creates depression, it creates suicidal thoughts. It's not healthy at all, and it's the basic one of the basic needs, as I mentioned, that people actually yearn and look for and try to get anyways. All right. So how what is the story of self-confidence? We were all born with an inner cheerleader. As kids, as babies, when you were a baby, you never see a baby saying, "Oh, I have a chubby thighs. I have a chubby tummy. I cannot wear this. People will judge me." You will never ever find this happening ever. Like people will say, "Oh, look at you," and you will always be smiling. When you want to cry, you cry. You do not care if you wake up the whole neighborhood. When you're hungry, you express you really want food now. When you like someone, you express it. When you do not want to see someone, you express it. Like you were born with an inner cheerleader, and it's hardwired in each one of you. And I mean by cheerleader is ultimate confidence. You never were trying to walk and you stopped walking because you said "Oh, I felt too much. I'm not going to try any longer." No, you kept trying and you took risk until you made it. So that was because your inner cheerleader was, "Go for it. You're gorgeous. Come on, let's do it." So it's like the cheerleaders when they have them holding the pom-poms and having banners with your name. So this is what's inside the people who really push through. And this is what I call the inner cheerleader, or the inner self-talk and the high self-esteem. So what happens along the way? From 2 to 14, it starts to wither away. And actually, people, they had a study. Kids, when they join school at the age of 5, they find that around 85% are so confident and high self-esteem, 85%. And by the time they graduate, it's only 5% who have really high self-esteem. So at that time when they did the study, parents were blaming teachers and teachers were blaming parents. And then at the end of the day, it's you and it's your life, and you need to take the full responsibility for it in order to achieve mega success. If you want to blame them, whoever was who created that, we're not going to go anywhere. All right. So exactly, guys, like people who have low self-esteem or who lose the cheerleader along the way, they become identified with negative thoughts and negative self-concepts, And they, when they even attract a soulmate or a partner in their life, they attract a wound mate, like a wound mate. So because they are having like lots of issues, or like they are having like needs, they are not coming from I am feel I am confident, I'm enough the way I am, I love the way I am. So when they attract a wound mate, somebody who would feed into their needs and who has the same needs. And we referred to this before in our videos. It's called the pain body. When people feel like, and it's actually in the simplest form, is the negativity inside any one of us, like any negative thoughts, any negative emotions, we refer to it as the negative, as the pain body. And it feeds on gossiping, feeds on jealousy, feeds on anger, feeds on hatred. And people who are having these issues, they attract the same people, and then they feed on each other. So they attract wound mate, not soulmates. All right, guys. So this is I want to make very clear for all of you. So how do we clean that? It's as if along the way, some parent like what will say they are well meaning. They did not mean to. Nobody mean to screw anybody's life unless they are having some really serious mental issues. And they said, for example, oh, you're not like your sister, you're always giving me a hard time, we found you in the bush, we found you at the door. I like all this stuff that's being said is not okay, and it starts to wither away self-esteem. So what's really the main ingredients, the most important quality to have a high self-esteem? It is praising yourself, getting praised, like like as cheering for yourself. As I said, the in born cheerleader, right? So what withers or what kills self-esteem? Criticism. Okay, so three things that kill self-esteem and actually kills a relationship. And I said it before, but I'm going to say it again. If you have pen and paper, write it down. Criticism, sarcasm, and comparison. And who of us has not been like criticized or made fun of as a kid or along the way between 0 and 14, between 2 and 14, actually, because 0 to 2, you're really high esteem, have very high self-esteem. And before you go to school, and then maybe some other teachers like are great, but some teachers as well, they have a really big role in destroying lots of kids self-esteem, because he would tell him like you will amount to nothing, or I think like your sister was the last genius in the family, after that they stopped, you're not like such stuff that they say, which withers self-esteem. So what matters, guys, what matters really, when you understand, and it's good to understand, when you understand that your voice is what matters the most, it's not anybody's else voice. So the cheerleader, the inbuilt cheerleader I'm telling you about today, is your best bet to have a really skyrocket self-esteem. All right. So let's hear. So it's like exactly, what, guys, when you need to upgrade that and change it, because some damage has been done. Yes, I know, but like it's like you have bugs installed. We all have laptops, computers, mobiles, and how many times do you have to update your software? If you don't update it, what happens? The phone doesn't function properly, or the mobile doesn't function properly, the computer doesn't, like, it closes, becomes so slow. So you have to clear the bugs exactly the same way you have bugs built in inside you along the way, which you were not born with. So they are there. We can get it back. Okay, we can get this cheerleader back. So don't say like it's done, I am screwed. Like, no, this is possibly it is possible for you definitely to change it. It's exactly if you have a bird, like, or you see a bird in the garden, and and it's like singing and happy, and then you start throwing a couple of stones on it, it will stop singing. It does not mean it lost its ability to sing, but it's not gonna sing. It's gonna be scared. Exactly, this happened to you. Somebody along the way told you cannot do this, you are not fit for that, you will never succeed, this is not for you, you are not smart enough, you are not good enough, whatever is you not enough. And then you kind of shut down, you took that in, and you build the belief about yourself that I cannot succeed, I am not a failure, I'm a loser. And people a lot, like, they judge you on, yeah, the grades you get, and that's not true. The grades you get during the for the exams is just like a result of maybe 20-30 minutes of, like, maybe not the best time in your day, and you had the exam. but it does not reflect who you are. And a very important distinction, guys, in your language, how you speak to yourself, never say, I am a bad person, or I'm sorry, I'm a bad person. Say, yeah, there are languages of apology. I actually have prepared a guide for it. If you want to type the word guide, and we'll send it to you, about languages of apology, because people as well who tend to be over apologetic, they have very low self-esteem. All right. So there are ways to apologize. Actually, there are 5 ways, and I have put them for you in an easy to read guide. Like, I think it's 7 pages. You can just like ask for it with diagrams. So it's not full description. It's so much fun. Just type the word guide or communication, and we will send it to you. All right. So what I'm saying is about, guys, well, this cheerleader, how does it sound like? It sounds like, yay, yay, go for it, you're smart, you can do it, I believe in you. Such kind of voices. And many people do not have these people in their life. Maybe they have people who are already, like, their parents maybe are stuck in their problems, they're stuck in their head, they are not aware that they are not, like, because the parents' role, the first one, honestly, is to be your cheerleader. Like, this is the best gift they can give you. Like, people who have really, really high self-esteem had parents who were always praising them, always standing by them. It's not like, oh, look at you, criticize. I said, like, criticism, sarcasm, and like, you know what, criticism and sarcasm are and comparison, like, withers self-esteem. All right. So I'm like, who is following up? I hope that everybody is like finding fun here and finding something new. Okay. So let me tell you here, what are the people like who have high self-esteem? How do they talk to themselves? And I want to tell you something, share with you something. People who like keep on persisting, it doesn't mean they do not encounter difficulties and challenges. The challenges are there, is how they handle them and how they come out of the challenge. They fail and they get up, they fail and they get up, they fail and they get up. And if you want to succeed all the way through, and you have the disease to please, or the disease of perfectionism, there is nothing perfect. If you know how to do something, then this is not a goal which is enough to stretch you, and you're not gonna grow actually. Like, you must fail your way through to success, meaning, I'm not saying that you fail on purpose, that you have to set a goal that you have never done before and you don't know how to do it, but your cheerleader is the one who's gonna push you to go through, who's gonna push you to complete, like, and to complete the mission, and to grow and to succeed really big. That's your inner self-talk. This is what honestly matters. It can kill your dream and it can build you up. All right. So, what is a person, like, for example, there was a model, and she was dark skinned, and they told her, like, there are no dark skinned models, like, would be features of magazine. What was her response? She said, I will kick down any door in my way and I will be there. And we all know, like, Naomi Campbell, lots of other like dark skinned models, they are all there and they did it. So that was said, but when you don't do something, you take it as the truth, but it's not true. It was an opinion from someone else. So how does a cheerleader sound like? It sounds like this: yay, you can do it. Like, you can build this to yourself, because not all parents are going to tell you you're my favorite kid. We all want to be the favorite kid, right? So you can say it to yourself. And the good thing about the mind is that it doesn't understand the difference between truth and like imaginary and truth. So it doesn't care who is telling you this. Just when you say it with conviction, say it with strength, say like, yay, you are the favorite, you are my favorite child. Yeah, I am super, super grateful to be your parent. You're the best child I can ever have. Any parent would love you. Like, like these kinds of stuff that many people spend their whole life waiting for approval or for recognition from their parents, which they will never get. Maybe their parents passed away, or they are not the type who are going to give them this. They do not even give it to themselves. So give it to you. Say, like, I am my own cheerleader and I'm going to give it to myself. Okay. And another belief to build: I matter, I'm significant, I have a message to help the world. I have something that people really need and I can help them with. I am uniquely me, and I am gifted, I am talented. This is versus somebody who say, oh yes, I am a loser, I will never amount to anything. Like, the difference is in your internal dialogue, and this is how you build up your self-esteem. Okay, so another example of people who have really, really gone through this beliefs, limiting beliefs, like J.K. Rowling, the one who wrote the Harry Potter. Her book was rejected, guys, 13 times, 12 times. I think 13, the number 13, it was accepted. and she became the first billionaire writer worldwide, the first billionaire author, right? And Muhammad Ali kept on saying, I am the greatest. And he said, I started saying this even before being the greatest or anything. And then until I believed it, and I really became the greatest. So he built the belief, he became his own cheerleader, disregarding what's happening around him. Okay. So actually, if you want to write this down, praise builds up and builds up your confidence, and criticism withers. So if you want your self-esteem to grow, praising, and you don't wait for others to praise you. You tell yourself what you want others to tell you, because you'll be waiting for too long. And life is too short to be wasted, and you have something great in you that you can definitely share, right? And stop criticism, it withers self-esteem. So if I want to boost my self-esteem, the very important component is to start praising myself and speaking to myself as a winner. And it doesn't matter to be from someone else. As I said, you say it with conviction. You sit in front of the mirror if you want. You write it down, you put it like you wear a bracelet with like, I am enough, I am wonderful, I am worthy of success. Whatever is gonna inspire you, do it. You be your own cheerleader. This is the best one. Kids wait for other friends to approve them in order to be like, I am recognized. Like people at work, they do not share their idea with their manager, thinking that he will laugh at me, he's not going to think that it's a worthy idea, nobody's going to listen to me. That was honestly a belief you built and swallowed about yourself when you were a kid. Maybe you were not given the attention you desire or you deserve. Maybe when you started to approach mom and dad and they were tired coming from work, they said like, not now, I'm so tired, like, and you started to shut down. This is how it withers away along the way, guys. And the good thing is that you can build it up, the cheerleader. Okay. So actually, another example is the chicken soup for the soul. Like, this series actually sold almost 1 billion copy worldwide, and it was rejected. The first copy was rejected, you guess how many times? 144 times. So if this author stopped and did not persist with his goal and with his book to publish, he would never achieve it. Musalah, like, he was very poor, born in very poor family. And this guy, honestly, like, now, like, people are taking royalties, are taking photos with him. Kids in my wish, people who are like kids who have cancer, and they have Make a Wish Foundation, they want to see him, like, you see. And this guy was very poor, and he was born like in a very humble family, and he did not have the best education, he did not have any luxury, he did not even have a car, his parents did not even own a car to take him to his practice. And look where he is right now. If he had like did not have the inner cheerleader, he would not persist, right? So that was my like quick, what is the biggest quality in order to build a high self-esteem. And as I mentioned, it is self-praise, and is building the inner cheerleader. And people who are over apologetic, like you have, like, they have low self-esteem. If you want to learn how to apologize effectively and without losing your self-esteem, without feeling bad about you, because what you did was not right, what you did was not okay, but you are a good person. But what you did maybe was not the best. This was what you knew, so you did it. But now you know better, so you'll do better. So don't ever beat yourself up. If you want this, guys, about how to talk to yourself and how to apologize effectively with high self-esteem, just type for me the word guide, and we'll send it to you on all our platforms. All right. Thank you so much for everyone's able to tune in with me. Have a wonderful day, and whoever is catching on replay, hashtag replay. Have a great one. Bye bye, guys.